Guys, so for today's meal prep, making that easy chicken, asparagus, and potatoes with a little bit of mushroom and tomato to add some color to it. So in this bag, we got about 2 pounds of chicken breasts and about 8 medium-sized potatoes. They're russet potatoes, as well as we got 2 bushels of asparagus, a large container of chopped mushrooms, and a large container of grape tomatoes. All right, guys, I'm here with Jay. What? We're about to do an easy meal prep today. What you cooking today?
I'm doing ground turkey with mixed vegetables.
Ground turkey and mixed vegetables for him. Brown rice for his carbs. Me, I got all this right here. We'll go over what we got. We got the new prep containers. Got chicken breast. We're doing tenders because we're gonna chop it up and dice it today. Potatoes, tomatoes, mushrooms, asparagus. All right, guys, we're gonna put it all together. It's gonna be super simple today. Guys, before we get started, make sure you set your oven to 350 to bake this. When we cook chicken, I like cooking at a lower temperature, taking a little bit longer to make sure it's thoroughly cooked. And while the oven's preheating, I just started washing and prepping the veggies. All right, guys, so like I said, notice that I leave the rubber bands on, so they always wrap them with the rubber bands. I threw away the top rubber band. This is to help keep it together because I'm trying to minimize the amount of time I'm using to cut these. So I'll keep them all nice and close. I'm gonna cut these into about thirds. You guys will see that it makes it really simple for me to cut it together. And then make sure you also cut off the back ends, because this bottom part is not edible. All right, so we're gonna throw this out. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and grease our pan. Now, normally with these sprays that you're only supposed to use a quick 1/3 second, guys, 1/3 second. But that's usually when you're kind of frying. Since it's baking, I need to make sure I have a little bit more layer in there so that it doesn't stick. And the potatoes are washed and prepped now. We're gonna go ahead and cut them up into cubes. And lastly, we're gonna cut up those chicken fillets. I saved them for last, so that way I wouldn't have to wash the cutting board in between doing all the veggies and potatoes. All right, so we're gonna also dice this up again to keep it easy, simple, and so they cook faster and more thoroughly. Gonna spread some seasonings on there. We got some Mrs. Dash today, garlic, salt, and some Italian seasoning that we're gonna spread on this. Oven is now preheated at 350, so we're gonna go ahead and throw these bad boys in to the oven. We got 2 racks, so we'll be able to put both of them in at once, just like that. While the main course is cooking, we're also gonna chop up these tomatoes, so that way we can throw them on at the last seconds. Now we wait. 20 minutes later. Guys, it's about 2/3 of the way cooked through. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and add my tomatoes and my mushrooms and then finish out the last third of the cooking. All right, let's see how we did. Oh yeah, looks good. Oh, we lost some. There we go. So now that we're done, we've separated it all out. I've made 10 complete meals. Each meal is gonna be roughly 26 grams of protein, about 33 grams of carbs, and the fats are not too high because I used the spray and we're using lean chicken breast. I'll figure out the numbers. The total cost of the groceries was about 30 bucks and I took about an hour and a half to prep all of that. All right, guys, hope you guys liked that meal prep video. If you want to see more, make sure you click that subscribe button right there. Say goodbye, Nico. Bye.